Hi, hello friends, welcome to AS Creations. In this video, we will discuss about one of the fiction named Emma. It was written by Jane Austen. About the author, Jane Austen. She was born on 16 December 1775, died on 18 July 1817. She was an English novelist. His notable works are Sense and Sensibility in 1811, Pride and Prejudice in 1813, Mansfield Park in 1814. About the novel, Emma is a fourth novel published in three volumes in 1815. It was a comedy of manners. It first published in December 1815. Then the title page published in 1816. In this play set in Highbury, England, it was one of the fictional village in the 19th century. Then characters. First character Emma Woodhouse. She was the protagonist of the play. Mr. Henry Woodhouse. He was the father of Emma. Isabella is the elder sister of Emma. Mr. John Knightley, Isabella's husband. George Knightley, elder brother of Mr. John Knightley. Miss Annie Taylor, Emma's governess for 16 years. Mr. Weston, a widower, marries Miss Taylor. Frank Weston Churchill. இவர் யார் அப்படின்னா மிஸ்டர் வெஸ்டன்ஸ் சன் பை ஹிஸ் ஃபஸ்ட்டு மேரேஜ். மிஸ் ஜேன் அண்ட் ஆர்ஃபன். மிஸ் பேட்ஸ், ஜீன்ஸ் ஆன்டி. ஹாரியட் ஸ்மித், எ ஃப்ரெண்ட் ஆஃப் எம்மா. ராபர்ட் மார்டின், டெனண்ட் ஃபார்மர். Philip Elton, vicar or priest. Summary of the novel. Emma is beautiful, wealthy, smart person. She is also spoiled Harriet Smith's life. Self-deluded. Next. She is convinced she will never marry. Emma believes she is an excellent matchmaker. She tells her father and friend Mr. Knightley practically arranged recent marriage between Miss Taylor, Mr. Weston. She just introduced them. This time she has set her sights on the village vicar, Mr. Elton. Both Emma's father and friend advised to do your work. She is searching a girl for Elton. Emma befriend Harriet Smith, a 17-year-old student at a local boarding school. Harriet's parentage is unknown. Many years ago, the care of the school's headmistress, Mrs. Goddard, Harriet's social status unknown. Emma decided that Harriet is a perfect match for Mr. Elton. Emma knew Harriet got interest on Robert, so she discouraged Harriet because she is poor. Harriet clearly has feelings for Robert. Emma convinces her otherwise. She tells Harriet that Robert is beneath her. When Robert writes letter asking for her hand in marriage, Harriet with Emma's counsel refuses him. Mr. George Knightley risks Emma, visits Emma's house. She shares about Robert and Harriet. He got angry and criticizes Emma. Knightley says Robert is a respectful man, but Emma not ready to hear, so Knightley getting out from the place. She introduced Harriet with Elton. Then they spending more time together. Emma begins to celebrate the success of her matchmaking. All seems to be going well until Christmas Eve. Mr. Elton reveals to Emma that he is in love with her, not Harriet. Mr. Elton resolves to retire to both. Marries a girl. There almost immediately Miss Hawkins, Elton's wife. Emma is forced to tell Harriet about Mr. Elton, consoling her. Two new visitor, Highbury Village, Jane Fairfax, Frank Churchill. Frank Churchill taking care by Mr. and Mrs. Churchill. Emma have interest on Frank. Jane orphan. Emma dislike. Jane both are fluid Frank. So Emma feel jealous. George Knightley says, "Don't get jealous." Elton's house, one party should happen. In this party, many of the people insult Harriet Smith. George Knightley ready to help her, so ask her to dance with him. They stop insulting because Harriet very happy. For the reason George Knightley is the one of the honest and respectful man in this village. Um, Harriet and George both are dancing in the party. Then Harriet got local Giuseppe. Fear. Frank Churchill protects the Harriet. Then she thanked Frank. Emma plans to matchmaking. Harriet told high wealth personality love. Harriet loves Knightley George. Jane and Frank connection. Mrs. Churchill died. Frank and Jane reveal their love. George Knightley loved by Harriet. Emma interested George. Possessive B proposal Emma. She accepted, proposed George. Robert again proposes Harriet. She also accepted. Emma was happy. The theme of this play: miscommunication, gender and social status, foolishness, pride and vanity, female empowerment. Thanks for watching.